The Kim family tragedy. James and Kati Kim loved their two daughters more than anything. James was known to bring his 7-month-old and his 4-year-old daughters to work with him at a tech company even when he wasn't supposed to. Kati worked full-time to run their 2 boutique stores located in California and spent much of her time with their daughters as well. The family was very happy and they had everything that they needed. The Kim family decided to spend Thanksgiving of 2006 with some of their family in Seattle. While this trip was for family time and fun, it also served another purpose. The Kim family had been looking for a new place to live and they thought Seattle would be a good fit. They spent the holiday with their family and then on the 24th of November 2006 they began their drive home. The original plan was for the family to drive all the way back to their home in San Francisco, California. Kati suggested that they stay in Portland for part of the day, drive halfway home and then stay somewhere else for the night instead of driving all day. James thought it was a good idea too, and they pulled out a road map. They found a nice spot for them to stop that was basically right between where they were and their home. The family-friendly spot that had found was called the Tu Tu Tun Lodge and it was an inn located near Gold Beach. However, when they were about 2 hours into their drive, James realized that he had missed their turn. They pulled over and looked at a map only to realize that if they backtracked for the road that James missed, they would add several hours to their trip. They began looking on the map for an alternative route and they believed that they had found one. The road they had found was called Bear Camp Road, but the map couldn't have warned them of how dangerous this road was. There was a sign posted just before the road that read, "Danger, remote road system ahead. Danger, you could get stranded and die." The Kim family began driving down the road and Kati fell asleep. About an hour into the drive, Kati woke up to a terrible snowstorm blowing outside of the car. Kati asked if they should stop or turn around, but James told her that he couldn't. The road was too narrow. They stopped their car at an intersection and pulled out their phones to call for help. They discovered that they had no service. James and Kati tried their best to keep their spirits high for the kids. They played games, read stories to their daughters. It was also at this point that bears began to walk around the car. Back in San Francisco, a family friend noticed that they had not returned yet. The family was supposed to come home on Monday, but now it was Wednesday. This friend went to the police to report them missing and a search party was being put together. James had been studying the family's road map to see if he could brave the snow and go get help. He had found a town that he believed was only 4 miles away called Galise. On December 2nd, James left the car in just tennis shoes and a light jacket. 2 days passed and James did not return. Kati feared for the worst. A helicopter pilot was driving over the mountain range on December 4th after police were able to narrow down the family's location from cell phone towers. John Ratchor, the pilot, radioed in the family's position and authorities were able to rescue them. Soon after, the 3 were airlifted to a nearby hospital. When Kati and her children were rescued, she first believed it was because James had gotten to the town and told rescuers to come and get them. But to her horror, she discovered that James had never made it to the town. James's body was found on December 6th at noon. His body was sent in to be examined and an autopsy report revealed that he had died of hypothermia. While he died, his death was not in vain. James accomplished what he had set out to do. He saved his family and died a hero.